Hi, class. We are into week 4, and our course is more than half over. Can you believe it? I hope you are finding the materials and concepts interesting and informative. This week, we are going to be discussing some of the risks associated with hiring and paying employees. First, let's start with the hiring process. Last week, we studied discrimination, so we should have a pretty good foundation for that. Now let's apply it to some topics in the hiring process. If we don't do this right, we can really find ourselves in some pretty troubled waters pretty quickly. I think we all understand the concepts now of disparate treatment in hiring and how we can't do that. Pretty easy to spot. We also need to stay away from areas that could cause and lead to disparate impact, where the results of a neutral policy could disproportionately impact a protected group more than another group. So a specific concept in this disparate impact category in hiring would be employee testing at hiring. Oftentimes that's something that happens. So in order for testing to be non-discriminatory, we look for two things. First, we want to make sure that the test is reliable. This means that it can be repeated, same each time. The second thing we look for is to make sure that the test is valid. And what this means is it measures what we need it to measure. For example, measures the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the duty. We want to make sure the test is actually measuring for that. I think of this concept like an archery target. Reliable means that an arrow goes almost the same spot every time. I shoot an arrow, it goes to the same spot every time. Very reliable. However, that's not good enough because it's not going to the target. So we also need it to be valid by hitting the target every time. So it needs to hit the target every time. That's reliable and valid. Make sense? To drill this home a bit more with a specific example, let's think about some types of computer testing. That's what we see a lot of that now for a position like a handyman or a handywoman. We can make a test that's reliable, but if that test tends to exclude individuals because of their computer skills and not necessarily because of their handy person knowledge, it wouldn't be valid. Does that make sense? So take a look at the readings to expand your understanding of this important concept. And thanks, and take care.